Welcome to Blue Shield of California's LinkedIn Live event. My name is Cicely Hamilton. I'm in the IT organization at Blue Shield. I lead our customer success management team and enable productivity and collaboration capabilities across the organization. I'm extremely honored to have this opportunity to talk to Lisa Davis, who is our Senior Vice President and CIO. She's driving Blue Shield towards the future state of healthcare by transforming the IT business model and leveraging digital technology, data, and analytics to accelerate the delivery of capabilities and ultimately improve our member and provider experience. Let's welcome Lisa to our LinkedIn Live event.
Lee, so great to see you and so excited to be here.
Hi, Lisa. Thank you for joining me today. I'm excited to be here as well. So Lisa, before we get into the topic at hand, we'd like to get to know you on a bit of a personal level. So first, what is your favorite activity outside of work?
Oh, I'm a fitness nut. So anything outdoors, hiking, biking, rowing. So I used to be a fitness instructor for 25 years until my main job became so busy that I was unable to continue teaching. But it always have been a passion for me. And one of the things that I loved about Blue Shield in California is our focus on the health and wellness of people.
Yeah, absolutely. So you recently discussed in Forbes how the pandemic has really shown the healthcare sector needs to digitally transform to meet the needs of our consumers, and that we have to create this holistic, personalized, high-tech, high-touch experience. With that in mind, what changes have you made across the organization so IT and the business can work more closely together and drive our digital transformation forward?
Cicely, it starts with, and as you know, a foundation of trust. And how does the business and the IT organization work together, communicate, and collaborate? Mm-hmm. The first thing we did was we created an operating model that allowed us to build that trust and enhance communication and collaboration. So we did that by creating our organization in portfolio, so portfolio-based and product-based. And the portfolios would align to key lines of business or key horizontal functions with the business. And the beauty of that model is it created customer-facing teams of solution architects, enterprise architects, software development, application expertise, solution delivery leads, et cetera, cyber experts, integrated into that team to support that line of business. Now, as you can imagine, the business was ecstatic because they had a direct team to engage with. It helped build business IT acumen. It helped IT build business acumen. Working together, understanding the opportunities or problems or questions we were trying to answer, because we also integrated our data and analytics team into improving ultimately the trust, the collaboration, and the communication that we have between the business and the IT organization. And when I say IT, I'm encompassing our data and analytics team versus kind of calling them separately out. So when I say IT, I mean all of us, including data and analytics, which is a heart of what we're doing in our strategy.
Absolutely. What an amazing concept. And, you know, it seems so simple. Why do you think it took us so long to get here?
Well, I think that the structure that we were in is a very traditional, normal structure that many IT enterprises are in. There was nothing wrong with it. It was just a structure that was suited for a different time as to what the role of the IT organization is. Mm. And with digital transformation, you know, I believe it doesn't matter what sector you're in, whether it's healthcare, manufacturing, retail, every company today is a data and technology company because our strategies and our market success and viability is dependent on the use of digital technologies in terms of how we engage with our customers and the experience and the expectations that our customers have, no matter what industry it is. And in healthcare, what the pandemic has shown us is that our customers are demanding a more retail-like experience, just like we saw with the rise of telehealth. would have never been a hit probably prior to the pandemic, but became a necessity and became very much leveraged by customers in terms of seeking help from their medical professionals.
Wow. Well, thank you for that. So the next thing I wanted to ask you is about emerging technologies. So what emerging technologies have you introduced to Blue Shield that healthcare has been slower to adopt?
Well, that might be a long list. Let's see. Let's start with, I think first it was because of all the regulatory controls, data privacy, obviously very important, HIPAA, you name it, in the healthcare industry. There is a tendency to kind of lock things down, shut things down, versus kind of working through and towards a solution of how we drive data sharing, data interoperability, and really a mindset of empowering our own customers, our own users within the company to leverage and drive insights out of the data we have. So first and foremost, as you mentioned, Cicely, it started with, do our employees have the tools they need in order to be collaborative, in order to be productive, and to get their jobs done during the pandemic, right? So that was job number one in terms of after we moved everybody to work from home. And providing those collaboration tools and enhancing our own tool set, I would say, like Microsoft Teams, Microsoft 365, Zoom, having good network backbones in terms of how we're communicating, our Wi-Fi capabilities, all those things, those are foundational. The other big moves we're making is moving our infrastructure to the cloud. So many enterprises, those that still have on-prem, not uncommon again in healthcare enterprises, of having primarily an on-premise type infrastructure, recognizing now in order to scale and bring the services and capabilities we want to provide to our members and providers, that scalability and agility requires us to operate in the cloud. So we are currently migrating into infrastructure as a service with key partners, as well as moving our data platform into the cloud. And we call that an experience cube. An experience cube is essentially a data platform in the cloud where, from a technology lens, it's a single pane of glass in terms of data sharing between a member, which is the patient, a provider, and a payer. Doesn't exist. So that's what's exciting about the vision that we have and what we in the IT organization are working with our business partners to help execute on. But it also includes new technologies like machine learning, robotic process automation, in terms of helping to automate manual business processes in terms of how we do business. So a huge drive in terms of transformation within. And I'm a huge believer that how you do business inside translates to how you deliver the experience externally and how our members and providers engage with us.
I love that. How you do business inside transfers to our business and how effective we're going to be outside, right? So, I can relate to that, and that, my new role in this customer success management, it's not a one size fits all. It's, we're looking to gain that personalized experience that you talked about to where we're tailoring to the needs of the business, right? And having that richer experience. And you've hit it on the nail, and I'm so glad that we're focusing on the data. So exciting on where we're going in the organization, and I'm looking forward to the future and what the future holds for us. So this is great. So Lisa, let's look to the future a little bit. As we work through the digital transformation, what skill sets are you looking for in a technologist?
I think the most important skill set you can have as a technologist is the ability to communicate in terms of the business, right? You can be the smartest person in the world from a technologist standpoint, but if you can't partner with others, if you can't collaborate with others, and you can't translate that technology into business terms, because our job is to drive business value. So those social skills, written and verbal communication, teaming, collaboration, building partnerships, building relationships are just as critical as your technology skill set. So those are the skills that we constantly look for, and they're very difficult to find.
Yeah.
Because it's not easy to find technologists that enjoy communicating, collaborating with the business, but know how to do that translation. So that's what I would encourage people to really develop and hone those skills, how you translate technology so that our common user or non-technologist can understand what it is you're talking about.
Yeah, that's great. That's great advice. And, I see, us trying to develop, or I say you trying to develop that across the organization and with these portfolio connections and these portfolio models to where we're aligning to the business, right? And trying to transform the strategy and build that business to technology acumen across the organization to help drive those business outcomes. It is a skill set. And so, but I know we're going to get there. So we have a number of people watching today looking for opportunities in these roles. Can you talk a little bit about why Blue Shield's a great place to work for a technologist to grow their careers versus a traditional tech company?
I think Blue Shield of California is a terrific place, and we are hiring and have a tremendous amount of roles out there. So I please encourage you to take a look at our website and look at all the goals and the jobs that we have. First off, we are implementing bleeding edge technology. So cloud technologies, data and analytics, advanced analytics, artificial intelligence, agile methodologies, thinking of a product mindset, developing product roadmaps. These are all capabilities and technologies that you'll see at your leading Silicon Valley or technology company. So if you want to grow and learn, Blue Shield of California and what we are doing here is a perfect place to do that. I think even more importantly is the mission at what we have. And I'd be excited to hear your perspective on this too, Cicely, because having been at the company now 18 months, you will find an incredible passion for the mission that we have, and that is to create a healthcare system worthy of our family and friends and sustainably affordable. Every single one of the employees in this company is passionate about that mission, and we care deeply about transforming healthcare, and you feel that. Yeah. It's an environment in which you are supported. People care about you. They care about your health and your well-being. And there's an opportunity for you to grow and learn. And I think probably it is the most important sector that if you want to have an impact and create change, we need you in the healthcare sector. And we need you at Blue Shield of California. And Cicely, I would love your perspective on your experience at Blue Shield and what really resonates with you in terms of why you think this is a great place to work.
Yeah, absolutely, Lisa. So what drives me just on my day-to-day life is serving people. And for Blue Shield, for me, it's all about, we're in the business of serving people, essentially, right? And personally, it's not only the internal, but the external support that Blue Shield provides to our community, our members, our providers, which make the difference for me. The mission is very, very strong. I have some personal, and I won't go into detail, with my parents in healthcare and how hard it's been for them to get just quality healthcare for years and years. But Blue Shield goes after that mission to ensure that we're providing quality healthcare at an affordable price. And so that hit home for me. And it's a company that, they walk the walk and not only talks the talk. And I've been here at Blue Shield for going on almost 11 years now. And they've always showed up and showed out. So it's a personal thing for me the mission is, supporting our community, serving people in general, and ensuring that, we're having some healthy outcomes, for, individuals across, the Northern California. that need that support and just has had a hard time in getting healthcare. So it's just a company that I love to work for, and I'm connecting the work that I do to that mission, which makes my job a lot more fun and a little bit more easier to come to. So,
yep, I think you well said, well stated. And one of the things you said, Cicely, that resonates not only with me, but I think with everyone, is healthcare is personal.
Yeah.
We all have personal experiences of how we have the experiences we've had in dealing with the healthcare system of today. My parents as well, and some of those experience. And that certainly is where I think a lot of the passion comes from, because of the personal experience that each of us have. So imagine if we can create an experience and a healthcare system, as you stated earlier, that is personalized to your needs, that is holistic and sees everything that is happening. We know that 20% is genetics, 80% is your environment. So a holistic picture of who Cicely is, and is high touch and high tech, so that you can get the care and you can be engaged in that decision making on your own health.
Wow, what an amazing concept, right?
Yes, that's why we need to do it. Execute.
Yeah, we're going to get there. We're going to get there. So I know you are also an advocate of supporting women in leadership, and thank you so much. And getting young girls interested in STEM subjects. How would you encourage women to get involved in tech and also pursue STEM careers? And then the other part of that question is, any advice on how women can advance their careers?
Yeah, I have been passionate about not only women, but diversity and building the technology pipeline. So we have an incredible amount of work to do. Even as a female CIO, I think the numbers are at the numbers where I started, over 20 years ago, if not less, of female CIOs in the industry. So we all need to reach back. Certainly, I feel that's very important in my role as a leader, is to continue reaching back and pulling women forward. But it starts, and we know the data shows, that pipeline has to start very young, and it starts in middle school. And I have 2 daughters and a son, but certainly have experienced middle school with my 2 daughters, as well as myself. Would never want to go back to middle school. In terms of peer pressure, it's not cool to be smart, trying to fit in, and the data shows that we begin to lose our girls into math and robotics. I have my own daughter, my youngest daughter. I remember taking a class in robotics in elementary school, and she just came home to me and she said, I think she was 7th grade, "Mom, this is stupid. Why am I moving this robot 3 inches and I'm doing all the homework for the boys?" So we need to have role models in technology. Girls want to change the world. They want to have an impact. How do you create role models and experiences to show them with technology you can change the world? Technology changes the world. You can have an impact on the world. And not sitting, coding in a dark room or moving a robot. Where is the value and the meaning of how we're translating technology to our young girls? Number one. So when they go to high school, they're not taking the advanced math classes. When they go to college, so it just perpetuates. So we need to do Girls Who Code. We need to create clubs and experiences for young girls where they're having fun, they're being creative, they're having an impact, and they're seeing what they can do with technology and how technology applies to whatever profession or passion that they have. We all need to do a better job of that.
I can tell you, just growing up in my experience as a technologist at a young age as well, in a male-dominated field, right? And, I have to throw this out there too, being a Black woman in a male-dominated field, it was sort of tough. But I wish we would have had these programs and the support, when I was younger, in my trajectory. And so I really agree with you that having sort of that support and, maybe mentoring or coaching is something I would recommend to folks, especially young kids and even people in their careers today, to help, sort of pave your way or understand the different experience on how to, break through those barriers and those fears and, those frustrations that you might have to move forward. But also, I think from my experience in this space is I've always just, sort of had a courageous sort of mindset and sort of a fearless mindset, and having the confidence and, self-affirmation's been good for me, to be able to know if they can do it, I can do it, right?
Right.
To move on. But, it's been an experience for me. And I think we also have to make sure that we're changing the wrong perception of ourselves, making sure we're giving ourselves those positive affirmations, and that self, esteem and confidence to move forward in this space, because it could be difficult, as some of the things that you talk through as young girls, women in the workforce. Yeah.
It can be difficult. And I think, Cicely, you gave some great examples around how you have to continue to persevere, have grit.
That's right.
Because, like I started my career certainly as a computer engineering undergrad. I was one of 3 girls in my class. Department of Defense, certainly only woman in the room. Academia, not many more. High tech, going back to being the only woman in the room. And then in healthcare, I actually see more women, which is so inspiring. But, you have to be real. Was it easy at all times? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
But the ability to persevere, and I love the self-affirmation part that you stated, that you will succeed. What you think and what you feel are connected. Finding that self-confidence, finding that self-confidence in your voice, building a support network around you. I love think about building your own board of directors. So it doesn't necessarily need to be, mentors or sponsors, which are valuable as well, but a support network of family and friends and colleagues, that when you're hitting a rough patch, and you will, that there's a network that you can reach out to that builds you back up, that supports your goals and your passions and gives you the courage and the confidence to keep moving forward.
Love that. What great advice, Lisa. Well, Lisa, that's all we have for questions today. And I just want to thank you for your time and talking with me. This has been fun.
Cicely, it was awesome. And I'm so glad that we got the opportunity to do this together. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I also want to thank all of you that have tuned in. This is a part of an ongoing LinkedIn series profiling Blue Shield of California's executives. Please follow Blue Shield of California to stay up to date on the future episodes. Thank you.